Hey everybody, how is it going today? Ryan Fallon here. Don't adjust your screen. Yes, you are looking at a blank white piece of paper. Here, see? Hello. So anyways, today I just wanted to give a video of an example of calculating your daily caloric intake. And we're just going to use my numbers. That'll just make it easy. So just substitute your own numbers in for this equation. Hopefully it's pretty easy for you to calculate. But let's just go ahead and get started with our example. I will try to keep the camera as steady as possible. I really need to get like a whiteboard or something if I'm going to do this more often, or even just learn how to use the computer and record it while I'm typing stuff on the computer so you can watch. I'll get to that eventually. So anyways, well, let's just get started. So anyways, the first thing we need to find is our resting metabolic rate. There, that's a little bit better. Hopefully you can see that okay. So anyways, the first thing we need to calculate that is our body weight. And my body weight right now is pretty much at 180. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that by 10, which equals 1800. Got that? And like I said, that is our resting metabolic rate. So let me write that right here. Okay. Second step, we need to find our daily activity burn. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your RMR, which we figured out in the first step, which was 1800, and we need to multiply that by a percentage. Now, there are three different percentages that you can multiply that by, and it kind of depends on your daily activity, whether you're more sedentary, you're moderately active, or you're very active. And you really want to be honest here, because it really will make a big difference on what your final number is for your calories that you take. Now, I am actually, believe it or not, I am pretty sedentary during my daily activity. And you want that to not include your workout. So why am I so sedentary when I'm not doing my workout? Well, I'm at home doing schoolwork, so I'm sitting in front of the computer or in front of a book doing homework, or I'm in front of the computer doing, my blogging and website, or I'm working through my Beachbody stuff. So I'm actually pretty sedentary other than my workout. So like I said, be honest, because it really will make a big difference. So, well, that takes us back to 180. And that is our daily activity burn. Okay, so now we've got that. Now on to step 3. And step 3 is we need to find out what our daily exercise is and how many calories that we burn during our daily exercise. So I'm just going to put DE for daily exercise. And this is something that you can, if you're not 100% sure, you can kind of look up, go on the internet, find what kind of the average is for depending on what you do. If you do a Beachbody program, a lot of times it'll tell you what the average calorie burn is for that program somewhere in the nutrition guide usually. So we're going to use what P90X2 says to use, and that is 650. So basically what that's telling me is there's an average calorie burn during a P90X2 workout of 650 calories. The next thing we need to find is our caloric deficit or our caloric surplus. And this is going to basically depend on whether you're wanting to lose weight or gain weight. And yes, there are some people that want to gain weight, especially when you're wanting to gain muscle mass, so you need to increase your caloric intake. But I want a caloric deficit right now because I want to lose a little bit more weight. There's a little bit more fat that I want to lose. So what calorie count do you want to use for this? Well, if you use 500 That's basically going an approximation of losing a pound per week. So you can use less if you want, you can use more if you want. You don't really want to use more than 1,000 calories per day on a caloric deficit, because if you do that too long, then you're usually going to get too few calories, and you could be lacking the nutrients to properly recover from your workouts, especially if you're doing a high intense workout. So I'm just going to go with 500. About a pound a week is good for me. And then step 5, we are going to now plug these numbers into our equation, which is our resting metabolic rate, which we saw was 1800. And then we're going to add in our daily activity burn, which was 180. And then we're going to add our daily exercise, which we said was 650. And then you're either going to add or minus whatever your caloric deficit or surplus was. So, of course, if it was a surplus, you're going to add it. If it was a deficit, you're going to subtract it. And since mine was a deficit, we're going to subtract 500. Okay? And then once we find the total, that is going to be our daily caloric target. So this is the amount of calories we want to target to intake on a daily basis. And this number is 2130. So that is going to be my DCT. And this is the number that I want to target for the amount of calories I want to eat per day based on the information. And like I said in my post, you may want to change this number up a little bit after a couple weeks if you see that it's not working for you. You know, maybe you're just losing weight too fast and it's not good, so you want to add a little bit more. Or maybe like my example, I was finding that I was just becoming way too tired throughout the day, so I upped my caloric intake just a little bit, and I found my energy, but I was still losing weight and still seeing results. So this is just somewhere that you want to start at, but it's a good equation to start there. So read the rest of the post for more information. If you have any more comments or questions on it, please let me know. Maybe I can help you through that. So there you go. There is the formula and how you find how many calories a day you should be eating. So until next time, adios.